Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, pursuant to Public Laws 1975, Chapter 231. This agenda was complete to the extent known and was sent to the Trenton Times and Trenton newspapers, posted on the Clerk's Board, Building Board in City Hall, and filed in the City Clerk's office. All action will be taken. Roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Blakely.
Present.
Mr. Harrison.
Present.
Mr. Michelle.
Present.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Present.
Ms. Vaughn. And Ms. Caldwell Wilson.
Present.
Will be acting as chair in the absence of Councilmember McBride. Members of the governing body, I present to you the items that will be considered at your regular meeting to be held on Thursday, March 21st, 2019. First on the docket are minutes for approval from the February 19th, 2019 conference session and the February 21st, 2019 regular session. There were 26 items of communications, 0 petitions, and 1 report from the City Clerk's office, which is the monthly revenue report for the month of February 2019 for funds collected by my staff totaling $22,491.25. There will be no ordinances presented to you for second reading and public hearing, and the following resolutions are presented for your consideration. Resolution number 19-115 is a resolution approving a person-to-person transfer of plenary retail consumption license number 1111-33-200-208 to Arlena Rodriguez. This is a pot license. Resolution 19-116 is a resolution granting the renewal of the same license for the 2018-2019 licensing period. Resolution 19-117 is a resolution authorizing the reopener settlement of a workers' compensation claim in the matter of David Otto versus the City of Trenton. Claim petition number 2017-12812 in the claim amount of $11,531.80, which includes attorney's fees and costs. Resolution 19-118 is a resolution authorizing the reopener settlement of a workers' compensation claim in the matter of David Otto versus the City of Trenton, claim petition number 2016-26846, and the claim amount of $13,352.08, including attorney's fees and costs. Resolution 19-119 is a resolution authorizing the reopener settlement of a workers' compensation claim in the matter of David Otto versus the City of Trenton, claim petition number 2015-23659, and the claim amount of $8,090, including attorney's fees and costs. Resolution 19-120 is a resolution awarding a contract to Gold Type Business Machines Incorporated for the purchase of 350 Microsoft Office Pro Plus licenses for the police department, awarded through state contract in an amount not to exceed $138,600. Resolution 19-121 is a resolution awarding a contract to Gold Type Business Machines Incorporated for the purchase of computer equipment, awarded through state contract in an amount not to exceed $57,848.96. Resolution 19-122 is a resolution authorizing the Trenton Police Department to donate Canine Dog Buster and Canine Dog Matau, is that the correct pronunciation? The Canine Officer McGinley and Canine Officer Uchesi as a personal pet. Resolution 19-123 is a resolution awarding a contract to Emergency Accessories and Installations Incorporated for the upfitting of 19 police vehicles, awarded through New Jersey state contract in an amount not to exceed $136,572.15. Resolution 19-124 is a resolution authorizing payment for Ducon Incorporated, which was awarded on an emergency basis to repair an 8-inch circular water main break at 1379 Nottingham Way in Hamilton Township in an amount not to exceed $29,767.21. Resolution 19-125 is a resolution authorizing payment for a contract with Ducon Incorporated awarded on an emergency basis for sewer repairs at 412 Adeline Street and 1405 Edgewood Avenue in the amount not to exceed $167,229.57 for the Trenton sewer utility. Resolution 19-126 is a resolution accepting a bid and awarding a contract to Core and Main LP for the furnishing and delivery of cold water meter, Sensu, Pearl, and Omni C2 and T2 type or equivalent in an amount not to exceed $251,410. Resolution 19-127 is a resolution authorizing change order number 1 to contract with CDM Smith Incorporated to provide additional professional engineering services for the erosion control project for a period of 7 months in an amount not to exceed $52,100. And that concludes all of the resolutions to be presented to you on Thursday. There are no additional ordinances for introduction.
Is there any public comments on the docket items only? Do any of my colleagues have any questions on any of these? We'll move on to civic comments. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez.
It's on resolution 19-126. I'd like to ask somebody what about are these regular water meters or what is it that we have?
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz, you could have Wally address it, but
This resolution at 19126 says, resolution accepting a bid of awarding a contract to Core and Main LP 221 Road, New Jersey, for the furnishing and delivery of cold water meter. It says Census, IP, ERL, and OMIC2 and T2 type or equivalent. I'd like to know what are those things?
These are water meters for residential and commercial buildings throughout our franchise area, and we're required to change them out every 10 years. The size varies from 3/4 to 4 inches.
What's the difference?
Yes.
That's why we have it.
Yes.
Different sizes. That's it.
yes.
Resolution 19125 and 19124. These are emergency contracts were awarded to Ducon Inc. Could someone, Mr. Cruz? Yes. Good evening. I did in advance send you some comments or questions around these two contracts.
Yes.
For this particular contractor, right? So can you give me your rationale again for sourcing this particular vendor and the nature of the emergency contract? The reason why I have concerns with this particular vendor is because they are not local, right? And I believe we have other vendors in our repository, in procurement, in purchasing, I think another term for the purchasing department, that can facilitate the service. We have Jim Golding, which is a long time, I believe he's headquartered in Mercer County, Hamilton Township. We have Morris Bugsby, is also a local company that provides some of the same services. I don't know the priority order or how the vendors and contractors are sourced, but I would think that we want to follow best practices and support our local economy and our local laborers, and also, most importantly, support the permanent hires or employees that we have here in our city. And so the question is twofold. What is the sourcing method in choosing an outside of our borders vendor, and why not have our resources and employees, permanent employees, of course they would be cheaper as well, do this particular type of work at a less cost price, I might add, because this is a $196,000 job. These two jobs totaled, I believe, one was $73,000 and the other one was $96,000, all just to swap out sewer pipes. Okay.
Madam Chair, good evening, Council, Madam Chair. To the question by Councilwoman Vaughn, the city actually has a list of vendors that they try to rotate. I believe the list was provided to the council a couple of months ago. And so they try to rotate the list so that we don't have just one vendor being called on a regular basis. However, if the vendor is not available at the time of the emergency, which is probably common, they go to the next available contractor. With regards to this company, this cave-in was actually not just a sewer collapse. It was actually a sewer collapse. The cave-in was pretty significant. That required a lot of expertise, equipment, and personnel that had the knowledge. They had to dig a trench of approximately 10 feet to get to the sewer line. Once as they were digging deeper, they had to actually shore the area with metal boxes to make sure that there was no additional collapses as they were coming down to reaching the collapse. So several of those boxes were used. Wood was also used to shore the area, secure it appropriately so that the personnel can go in there and make the required repairs. It was a very sandy soil, so it was very prone to continue collapsing. The weather was not the best at the time. It was a lot of rain, and so they also had to build a roof while they were constructing to keep the water from coming into the area that was dug up, because then that would have created additional cave-ins. And so it was very extensive. It took 20 days for them to actually complete the work. And it was not just the sewer, it was also the reconstruction of the sidewalks that were also demolished in order to get to the area that was affected by the cave-in. So it's a very extensive amount of work that was done.
Okay. Are you speaking of
The one,
Edgewood Avenue
the
or
one-
Adeline Street?
the $167,000.
Yeah, but that was two separate distinct jobs. One was
Yes.
1405 Edgewood Avenue. A resident called, I believe, when I read the documentation, said that they were having a sewerage problem in their home. And then with the second one, job at a different date, was the Adeline Street, I believe.
Yeah, so the one I just explained is 19125,
Adeline?
Yes.
which is equal to 167,000, located at 412. Adeline Street.
I thought no, I think that's like 93,000 or 73,000. They're together.
19125?
Yeah.
167,000.
167,000, yes.
No, there's two different contracts, right? So you combine, the contracts were combined, that's a total cost for both Edgewood Avenue and Adeline.
So that was 412. 412 Adeline.
Right. So which,
Okay, so the 1405 Edgewood Avenue, the emergency was due to a collapsed sewer main that runs under the sidewalk in that area of the block. The repair began on December 17th and continued over the holidays until January 10th. Significant restoration was required to private property as approximately 50 feet of sewer main was needed to be replaced. Gas mains were also interfering. There was heavy rain, and replacement of all sidewalks also increased the duration of the cost and the repairs.
and the total of that job was?
One of them was the 412 was 93,284, and 1405 Edgewood was 73,044.
Okay. So which job were you just describing?
The one I was just describing with the 50 feet of sewer being replaced was 1405 Edgewood.
And that was in front of the residential home, the resident called for that, right?
Probably, I don't have the details about it.
So that was $93,000, just,
That one was, 1405 Edgewood was actually 73,944.
so the Adeline Street was the 93,000.
Was 93,000.
Okay, can you describe that piece of work? Was it
So-
the six, yeah?
So that's the one that I mentioned where they have to go in and, do the shoring with the metal plates.
Now, question.
Would you like for me to
No,
read?
it's okay, but the question that I have for this job is also sticking to my concern around, using local labor and was there not an opportunity for us to use our permanent hires here in the water and sewer department? Are they not trained to do this type of work?
I would say that they would be trained to perform some work, but this type of work that requires heavy equipment and these metal plates that are actually very, I would say they need a lot of skills beyond what a normal cave-in would be.
So what you're saying, what you're telling us is that to date, you do not have the adequate skill level in the Trenton Water and Sewer Department on a full-time basis to perform this type of work.
I don't think.
Hence, this is the premium that we're paying for that lack of expertise in-house.
I don't think any municipality in the state of New Jersey actually has the personnel to be able to address any cave-ins like this. It are very rare and are very costly to maintain the type of equipment that you need. So I come from the city of Newark, where we have probably double the amount of collapses that we have here in the city of Trenton, and we didn't have that type of equipment or personnel to be able to address these cave-ins.
Also, not only the water and sewer department of the city of Trenton, we don't have the skill set, but we also do not have the equipment.
That is correct. As I mentioned, the specialty and the type of equipment that you need is very costly for a municipality to own.
Okay. My last comment is that I would hope that in the city of Newark, you tell me, how often do they source outside the city of Newark and outside Essex County?
The city of Newark actually has contracts that go in the millions of dollars to repair emergency cave-ins, emergency.
Excuse me, Mr. Cruz. Councilwoman, this is going outside of the scope of the docket. You should reserve that question for city comments.
No, this pertains to Ducon, that is a contractor that's headquartered in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, right, which is Somerset County. It's not the city of Trenton, and it is not Mercer County. So my concern is, and I'll reserve the rest for my civic comments, but my concern is, Mr. Cruz, as the business administrator, I would expect you to manage quarterly and ensure that you always have the best interests of the city of Trenton
Always.
at heart, and that you are making certain that folks that we're doing business with are supporting our local economy, meaning they are headquartered here in the city of Trenton, they live here, they eat here, they pay taxes here, and they reinvest and spend money here. Not with vendors that are headquartered in another city, another county, where they come to the city, we pay them our taxpayer dollars, and they spend that money outside of our city. So you keep that in mind, and I would suspect when you meet with your direct reports, and they're outsourcing projects and contracts, that they'll keep that in mind as well. That the priority is to support Trentonians, to employ Trentonians, and employ and contract with businesses that reside locally in our city or in our surrounding townships. Not in Basking Ridge and not in Somerset. Thank you.
Madam President, just for the record, Madam Chair, I just want to say that regular plumbing companies do not have the skill sets or the equipment. If you are a residential plumbing company, it doesn't qualify you to perform the type of work that that this type of cave-in requires. You may be able to replace residential, but when it comes to a cave-in in the street that requires, having safety procedures being done, it's at a whole different level. It's a different ballgame. You're going from a high school game to a professional football game. So, it's one of the things.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Cruz. Does council have any more comments? Mr. Clerk, we'll move on to city comments. Councilman Blakely?
Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to see everyone here. I'm going to keep my comments relatively short. There will be, I'm hosting a community forum on Wednesday for the East Ward at the Greenwood Avenue Police City Station, where I will be doing my monthly ward meetings to bring City Hall to the individual wards. We had a really good meeting last week in the West Ward, where there was a very robust conversation around what's going on in the city. And I look forward to meeting all Trentonians, but particularly East Ward residents, at my monthly ward meetings. Next month, I will have a ward meeting in North Trenton at a location yet to be determined. And I would like to invite all of my colleagues to attend. I appreciate the attendance of Councilwoman Caldwell Wilson, as well as Councilman Harrison at my meeting last week, and everyone is invited to my meeting on Wednesday. Again, it starts at 6:30 at the Greenwood Avenue Police City Station. I am in the process of working with the law department around crafting an ordinance as it relates to ATV prevention in terms of them riding on our streets. I look forward to hopefully having the text of that ordinance finished over the next 2 weeks. And I look forward to seeing everyone at my meeting on Wednesday, and I'll see everyone on Thursday. Have a great day. Thank you.
Councilman Harris.
One thing that let everybody know, we have a cleanup in Columbus Park on Sunday, 10 a.m. We're cleaning the park, getting it ready for the baseball season, which is coming around the corner. So that's that.
Councilman Shaw.
For business administrator, update, maybe I asked you about the farming. I see that I haven't gotten an answer back when we're going to start for doing resumes on the farming, because the overtime is going through the roof right now. And we're not looking to shut firehouses down and do brownouts. We have to start a background check and try to start this class up as soon as possible before summertime goes, so they can minimize the overtime and keep everything running instead of having chaos for closing firehouses and doing brownouts. If you get back to me as soon as possible on that, I see the fire worker sitting here. I'd like to get a response back, so I can give it to the manpower that keeps calling and are worried about this. Thank you, that's all I have.
Councilman.
I received a call an hour ago from Senator Shirley Turner. For the past 3 years, I've been fighting and the residents of Cass Street. We've been fighting about traffic. Finally, she met with the director of the Department of Transportation, and they say that they are going to open the tunnel once they receive a resolution from this council, which I believe will be about for the next meetings. We're going to be working on it. We've already contacted the administration of the you understand the law department, right? The resolution. It's been a while, but I have to thank Senator Turner for her effort. Also, I was talking to her. I asked her about this bill S4000 to bring back this capital city 8 to Trenton. The initial bill is going to be for $10 million for this year, but she promised me that she will be fighting so that that money will be increased as much as possible, because the city of Trenton is in need, because the state of New Jersey owes this city things. Look, make it briefly, I will tell you. Before the transitional aid came in with the MOU, we were getting $37.5 million from Capital City Aid. They got rid of that Capital City Aid, and we got stuck with the transitional aid, $25 million. So from one day to the other, we lost $12 million. Since then, that transitional aid went to 23, 21, back to 23, down to 9. That's what we got last year, and this year we got $6 million. So now, that's why we have been discussing that we need to have a payment from the state in lieu of taxes. Legally, we do not have a title, because the state does not pay taxes. They are exempted from taxes. But this aid is a lot better than the transitional aid, because the administration have to discuss it, make it clear that it's an understanding it's not regular aid. It is because the state is using our streets, is using our police department, our fire department services, messing up our roads. Every day they come here, so they owe us, the state owes us money. We have to continue the fund, to increase so that that amount could go up to what it was, 37.5 million dollars. Thank you for your time.
Councilman,
Thank you. I don't have much, but one thing that I do want to share, there was a great article in our local newspaper, the Trenton, back on Sunday, March the 10th. And it speaks directly to the subject matter that I was just speaking with Business Administrator Cruz about sourcing and supporting local labor. There's a gentleman who is a local leader, labor leader here in Mercer County. And the article, his name is Michael Maloney. And as I was reading the article, I said, you know, I stand with organized labor. Hey, I'm a Democrat, okay? So I support the middle class, the working class, and I want to make sure that we are supported by our elected officials. And I'm one of those officials, and I am standing strong in my position about my city and these directors sitting in front of us, in front of this council, adhering to the policies of the city of Trenton when it comes to ensuring that our taxpayer dollars stay within our borders. And that means with our residents that live here. That's through our residency laws that we have on our books. And also through our procurement policies that we are ensuring that all the vendors, contractors that we hire are following this policy, our residency laws and our contracting laws that say and prioritize businesses and individuals that reside within our borders, in our city, and are residing townships, Ewing, Lawrence, Hamilton, and Hopewell, Mercer County. So it behooves you, all these directors, you guys run your departments. You determine who you do business with, who you contract with. So I would strongly recommend that you look at your vendor list and your contracting list and ensure that those vendors are headquartered in these borders. And you're not taking our taxpayer dollars to another city, to another town. And you're not giving jobs and priority to folks who don't live here, who don't eat here, who don't seek entertainment here, who do not reinvest in our economy. And that's not hard, that's economics 101. So I would just strongly suggest you all get the program, because I'm going to go through this docket every single time. And I'm going to look at these addresses where you guys are sourcing labor and services and products. They had better be in the city of Trenton, and they had better be in Mercer County. So I stand strong with this union leader here, Michael Maloney, and he's absolutely correct. Vendors who don't live in our borders, they don't spend money here, they don't eat here, they don't live here, they don't pay taxes here, they just take our money out of here. And any director who comes up to that podium and tries to convince me otherwise, I'm insolent. Don't tell me that Newark hires vendors from Mercer County. I lived in Essex County for many years. I lived in West Orange and I lived in Montclair. I know Newark. I know how Sharp James managed Newark. I know how Cory Booker managed to work. I don't know any vendors out of Trenton that did a lot of work with community. So, short and simple, Trenton Waterworks, we don't want to see, Ducon, Basking Ridge, Somerset, billing the city of Trenton $200,000. Taking it back to Somerset, and none of that money coming back and being recirculated or reinvested in our local economy. Use Jingoli, use Waters Budson. They have addresses that are headquartered in our region. So I'm going to follow, if anybody had the opportunity, the article was in Sunday, March 10th, newspaper of the Trenton Pony. Okay? And I just have one question. I have a couple of minutes. For the police department, I just wanted to see if you can give us a status on the radio room.
Ms. Vaughn, you have to go through the business
Oh, sorry.
administrator.
Yes, sorry. Thank you. Mr. Cruz, can you give us a status on the radio room? Where we are with that? My last status you all gave was that the law department was working with MSP Communications.
Mr. Cruz answered this. We have some contemplated litigation, but my understanding from my conversation with Acting Director Doyle this morning is that he recently had a company come forward and do a review of the radio room, and we have a meeting scheduled on that to review the results of that company's total review of the radio room equipment. From there, we will then make a decision as to what to do, including potential litigation. But we had this conversation this morning.
Okay, so this new vendor, is it a new vendor? Was an RFP put out?
No. They did a no-cost to us.
Oh,
Okay, it was a free evaluation, so to speak, and then we'll decide whether we go to RFP, whether we have to replace it one. It was basically a review of what's there to see what's working and what's not.
okay. So MSP Communication, the current company that has the contract, are we winding down? Have they been terminated? Have they been given notice? Are we clawing back, payments? Like what's going on?
I can't tell you the answer to that until I have a meeting on the results of the review. We may be instituting a breach of contract action. We may not. We have not made a determination yet.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vice President Marshall. I'm done.
Mr. Morelli, do you have an update on that? Have you been like counsel when the council comes? Thank you.
I appreciate it. So as soon as we have a meeting with Acting Director Doyle, myself, and I think there's a number of other people involved in the meeting.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Santiago, you have a motion you'd like to make?
Yes, it's concerning the way clean contract. I would like the administration to ask whoever is the director or the head of Way Clean to come in front of the City Council to give us a report of what is it that they are doing there, what is the progress, how long are they expecting to stay there.
I second.
Mr. Blakely?
Yes.
Mr. Harrison? Yes. Mr. Michelle?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes.
Ms. Colville-Wilson?
Yes.
The motion is carried.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.